Hi, I'm Pat France, Vice President of Marketing at Incisive Media, and I'm here at the 2009 LMA conference speaking with Doug Hoover. He is one of the conference co-chairs of LMA. And so, Doug, thanks so much for taking our time to speak with us.
Thanks, glad to be here.
Yeah, I wanted to talk with you about if you can tell us how business development, the role of business development has been changing in this recessionary environment.
Well, the recession, the way it's affected most attorneys' billable time is it's put downward pressure on it. The attorneys have got more time on their hands, and quite frankly, some of them are getting a little bit nervous about that.
Okay.
So a couple years ago, we would have to be knocking on the doors. The business development professionals would be knocking on the doors. Now the attorneys are knocking on the doors of the business development professionals, particularly in the area of business development coaching, having the attorneys have a specific individual plan, particularly one that might be tied to their practice group or their industry group. So the big trend we've seen is while firms are cutting their expenses in certain areas about marketing, you've got a greater internal demand by the attorneys on the use of those resources. Now, what's really happening is in the trend particularly around coaching, bringing in some outside coaches, we're seeing firms now willing to invest in more of that activity outside the firm, but not necessarily staffing up themselves. So we've begun to see firms for the first time, I think, in the last year, instead of putting all their eggs in one coaching basket where they're going to hire one coach and one program, they're starting to diversify their portfolio. They want to have a stable of coaches, and they'll match an individual coach to an individual attorney's personality. So we've seen a greater emphasis on, look, I've got to build my pipeline. The firms are recognizing this. They want to be positioned for the recession to come. Their internal resources are being kept down because they want to keep the costs down, but they'll go ahead and be willing to invest in outside coaching so that they can scale it up and down as they need to as the economy changes. And that really is a different change, creating a portfolio of coaches instead of all eggs in one basket.
Okay, all right. And with those, with that portfolio of coaches, are they also looking to sort of augment that investment with other marketing tactics and strategies?
Well, the distinction between marketing communications and creating that brand impression for the firm and a set of preferences for the firm in the marketplace is really becoming a distinct activity. It's an important activity, but it's not the ones where firms are investing more money necessarily. They are going to invest more money in the individual rainmakers or mist makers and their ability to go out there and be much more proactive in developing the relationships in the pipeline. We hate to use the word sales, but it really is about sales training and coaching. So the way those two intersect is in many different levels. Marketing supports the business development activity, but what you're really trying to do is make sure that the attorneys understand that business development is their role. The other thing we do see is that a lot of the sales process, and attorneys are really, some of them understand this, but some of them don't. It's a lot of the process is what happens between the meetings. So an attorney in front of a client, hopefully they're going to be good at being persuasive and they're going to be good at developing that relationship. But all the preparation that goes into that before that meeting, all the follow-up that happens after that meeting, that's where firms are starting to invest in. We need help in that area.
Okay. All right. Well, thank you so much.
You're welcome. My pleasure.
All right. Take care.